Hey, sports card collectors and investors. I hope everybody is having a great Friday. We are finally to the end of the week. I hope everyone enjoyed the box break that we had yesterday. That was for 2016 Optic Football. That's the first year of Optic Football and basketball for that matter. So it's a really cool set that I don't open a lot of packs very often, but that was one, and along with basketball too, I like to open packs for those sets. So hope that everyone enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We come out with new videos just about every day, sometimes twice a day, and now we have almost 120 videos, with the majority of them focused around sports card investing and collectibles investing in general. So today I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the topic. Not going to be a super long video, but I thought it was kind of important to share because I know we talk a lot about on this channel, blue chip players that I'm focused on, and then also sets. And I want to kind of go back to that because, the sets that I'm focused on mostly are Prizm, Mosaic, and Optic. But more specifically lately, I've been drilling down, and within Optic, I'm really looking hard at Optic Holo. So kind of similar to the Topps Chrome refractors. And I'm talking mainly for football and basketball cards. For those investments, Optic Holo, and whether that's just a straight up Optic Holo card for a player that I'm targeting or an insert card, there's just a lot of really good values that I'm seeing, especially raw. I'm not, and I've said previously, I'm not an expert at grading. I can't look at a card and know if it's going to be a Gem Mint 10 or not. And so while I do buy a lot of graded cards, I've tried to diversify here lately with a lot more raw cards. And so I'm focused on a lot of those blue chip players that a lot of folks are interested in, whether it be Patrick Mahomes, maybe a Lamar Jackson, in football, and then, Tom Brady's and some of those Hall of Famers. And in basketball, it's LeBron and Luka and Giannis, kind of the usual suspects there. But if there's other players that you're targeting too, I know I had talked yesterday about kind of my most underrated guy right now is Jaylen Brown. If you're looking at Jaylen Brown's stuff, he's got a lot of insert cards, and maybe it's not a rookie card, maybe it is a second year and third year card, but I'm buying, second year, third year, fourth year. I'm wide open to it if it is one of those more rare, kind of those, an Optic Holo or a Silver Prizm. I'm wide open to looking at those because I do think that just with added demand into the market, that those cards are going to continue to go up in value, just because I think that rookie cards, historically the big focus has always been on invest in rookie cards, and second year and third year and fourth year, not as much. But I do see, and I don't know how long demand will last, maybe it's just for the next 2-3 years. But there's a part of me that does believe maybe pricing is not as high as it is now. Who knows? Maybe it's higher. But even if it's not, even if it doesn't continue to rise and rise and rise, I still feel like there's going to be a strong demand for sports cards moving forward as an alternative investment type, collectible investment class. Alongside a lot of the, more historical stuff like rare coins, rare comic books and things. Not that sports cards haven't been in the mix, they certainly have been. There's Honus Wagner cards and Babe Ruth cards, vintage cards that have always been, in demand with collectors and investors. But I'm thinking even more modern cards, just because it is a way to kind of follow your favorite athletes, or just athletes that you feel have tremendous upside. You can kind of invest in that player through their sports card. Even, I saw on Twitter, House of Jordans posted something about Giannis had posted recently, and I'm not sure how recent it was, but he had shared that the House of Jordans channel had shared that, he had posted something about his collection, and he has a massive collection, and there's a bunch of really, cool, autos and stuff in there. And it was like, okay, well, if these guys are investing in themselves, let alone everyone else, investing in players, but if players start investing in themselves and then, or in other players, etc., and then they get other people involved, sky's kind of the limit as far as demand goes. And now we've got an international audience, especially with basketball. Football's kind of getting there as well. They're playing games in London, they're playing games in Mexico City. And baseball also international sport. So this thing could really kind of take off, kind of have a snowball effect. And so for me, I'm looking at not necessarily rookie cards only, but if there's certain players that I'm really looking hard at, I'm also looking at those sets that I really like. And for me, Optic Holo cards, I see them, first off, they're just great looking cards. They're crisp, they're clean, they've got a cool look to them. And then I think that they're, as far as print run goes too, as now that I'm ripping packs more, I'm seeing that it's not so easy to find, especially some of the more rare players in those Optic Holos. Forget about the rookie cards, but also the second year, third year cards. And so for me, I'm looking, which of these, sets and which cards. And there's also, of course, there's like the silver holo. There's also, it's typically less expensive, but there's a purple holo typically too that Optic offers. And I just like the look of those cards is awesome too. And that's kind of a tier down usually from what I've seen price wise. So if you're looking at maybe it's a LeBron Optic Holo insert card that's $50, that purple card is probably $20. So, for everyone's budget, there is something in there. And I still think those purple holo cards have just as much, of a potential to rise in value as a lot of those silver holos do. So, and again, I don't see, you see them for sale, but there's not hundreds of them on eBay. Of course, we don't know what the print runs are, but you get the feeling that it's a shorter print card. So Optic Holo, I'm just really high on it. And I put some screenshots up too of just kind of some examples of those in case you might be new to the hobby and just looking at these for the first time to give you some ideas. And then who knows? I mean, Silver Prizm is king right now, as far as basketball cards go for sure. But, in the long run, Optic Holo could very well rival. It already kind of does as far as price goes. But I mean, I'm talking 5 years, 10 years down the road. People might want that Silver Prizm, but they might also just want that. They might want that Optic Holo even more, or at least on the same level as the Silver Prizm. So I think that's also something that we have to ask ourselves when looking at these. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? I mean, I know that, this isn't anything new. There's a lot of folks that are looking for Optic Holo cards, but are there certain subsets, within the popular sets that you're focused on, whether that be inserts or different parallels? Green Prizm, let's just say, is typically a lot less expensive than silver or some of the others. Same with like red, white, and blue Prizm. What are your thoughts? Are you guys loading up on some of those, RWB, the green Prizms, because right now they're less expensive, even though green Prizms are more rare than a lot of the other type of Prizm? Let me know what you guys think. I want to kind of start that conversation and hear more from you all. This is open discussion time. Like I said, this is not gonna be a long video. Just wanted to share my thoughts, particularly on Optic Holo, but also would like to hear more from you guys too. So, hey guys, thank you for joining. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're closing in on 1,500 subscribers. Thank you very much, and we will talk to you again soon. Have a great weekend.